There are some potted plants that may seem completely harmless, but if you place them in the wrong spot, right in front of your main entrance, they can turn into an invisible energy black hole, quietly draining the flow of wealth and fortune from your home without you even knowing it. Hello, I am Master Zhen. In Feng Shui, the front door of your house is considered the mouth of energy. It is where all types of energy, both good and bad, pass through before spreading into every corner of your home. That is why anything placed in front of the entrance has the power to influence the fate of the entire household. Especially plants, these living elements carry powerful life force energy that helps brighten the entryway and gently guide wealth energy into your home. However, if placed incorrectly, those same plants can become obstacles that block the energy flow. They can cause heavy, stagnant energy to build up, which eventually turns into a declining energy field that often goes unnoticed by the people living in the house. It is this quiet shift that slows down your prosperity, drains your mental energy, and weakens the overall vitality of your home over time. In today's video, we are going to explore 7 common Feng Shui mistakes people make when placing plants in front of their homes. These are simple errors that nearly everyone makes without realizing it, and they may be silently taking away your family's abundance and well-being. But before we begin, drop a comment below to affirm your positive energy with this powerful statement: I open the path for wealth to flow into my home every single day. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on Feng Shui insights that will keep your home bright with energy, steady with wealth, and overflowing with blessings every day. Now let us take a deeper look into the most common mistakes that many people unknowingly make when placing plants in front of their homes. These errors might seem small, but they can completely disrupt the flow of positive energy right from your doorstep. Mistake number 1: blocking the entryway. No matter how beautiful a potted plant may be, if it is placed too close to the door, positioned off-center in a way that blocks visibility, or causes people to shift or lean to avoid it when entering, the natural flow of energy in the space has already been disrupted. The human body is extremely sensitive to this kind of interference. The eyes instinctively search for a clear path, the shoulders subtly turn, and the breath slows down, all signs that the entry is no longer open and inviting. When there is a sense of obstruction right at the door, it affects not only people, but also the energy flow, which loses its ability to move smoothly and spread gently into the home. A blocked threshold can leave anyone crossing it with the feeling that the energy has stopped before it could fully enter the living space. From the perspective of energy movement, the front door is more than just a place to come and go. It is the primary gateway for light, fresh air, and the natural rhythm of the environment. When a plant is placed incorrectly, energy that would normally flow straight in is forced to bend, weave around, or spin before entering. This swirling motion creates a dense energy zone right at the entrance, not necessarily dark or ominous, but enough to make the area feel less bright, less spacious, and less welcoming. Residents may notice small shifts in their mood. Entering the house no longer brings relief, and there may be a subtle sense of tension without any clear reason. When the entryway is blocked, the effects reach far beyond the physical presence of a single plant. Guests may hesitate to come in, daily routines may face minor disruptions, and the general atmosphere may feel less harmonious. Some households even report a slowdown in work progress, delays in plans, and an invisible weight that dulls the household's energy. This is not superstition. It is simply that without a clear, open entryway, it is difficult for fresh energy to fully enter the home. And since all positive energy flows through this very door, being blocked right from the start means it will struggle to reach the rest of the space. Mistake number 2. Placing plants with thorns or sharp leaves at the front door. Plants with sharp, aggressive shapes, such as cacti, snake plants, agave, or others with pointed leaves, tend to create an uncomfortable feeling for anyone stepping inside. Their spiky forms, especially when the tips point outward, take away the softness that is essential for a welcoming entry. The front door should feel open, calm, and pleasant, but when you are immediately faced with sharp points aimed toward you, the space becomes tense, and the person entering naturally pulls back, even without realizing it. This is not a spiritual concept. It is a natural human response to forms that signal warning, making the home feel less warm and inviting. From an energy standpoint, every shape carries its own vibration and movement. Plants with thorns or sharp edges generate outward pushing energy, like an arrow aimed to repel instead of drawing energy inward. As a result, the flow becomes harsher, lacking the softness needed to fill the space smoothly. People living in the house may notice subtle things. The space near the entrance may not feel relaxing. There might be a strange sensation of being targeted, and interactions among family members can become tense even when there is no clear reason. All of this begins with the first impression at the door, and that impression is heavily influenced by the shape of the plants. Unlike the first mistake, which is about where the plant is placed, this mistake is about the nature of the plant itself. Thorns and sharp leaves represent division, cutting, and resistance. When placed at the main energy entrance, they send a message of pushing away rather than blending in. Some homes may appear neat and bright, but still feel oddly tense or lack harmony. These effects do not happen overnight, but over time they influence emotions, small conversations, and eventually impact both wealth and the overall peace within the family. Choosing the right kind of plant for the front door is not just about appearance. It is also about protecting the emotional and energetic balance of the living space from the very first step inside. Mistake number 3. Keeping wilted or dying plants at the door. A plant that is wilted, discolored, or showing signs of illness does more than just hurt the appearance of your entryway. It immediately brings down the mood with just a glance. Drooping leaves, limp stems, and faded or grayish tones are visual signals of weakened life energy. The front door is where the first energy of the day enters your home. So when the very first thing you see is a plant that looks lifeless, it weighs down the space and drains its vitality. You may feel this in small, almost unnoticeable ways. Entering your home does not feel uplifting anymore. It feels like stepping into a place that has just lost a bit of life. In nature, a healthy plant is a sign of flowing, vibrant energy. In contrast, a dying plant reflects a break in the life force. When a withering plant stands at your front door, it unintentionally sends out a very strong message: decline. This is not superstition. It is how our minds naturally respond when we see something lifeless in a space that should be full of energy. This decaying energy spreads to the surrounding space, making the entrance feel heavier and less refreshing. The overall energy field of the home gets pulled down, not by some mysterious force, but by the very real presence of a plant losing its vitality right before your eyes. What makes this mistake different from the others is that it is not about the plant's position or its features, it is about its health. A thriving plant can light up an entrance, but the moment it starts to wither, the energy shifts in the opposite direction. Many homeowners do not notice this change because they see the same plant every day. But a guest arriving for the first time might sense something heavy and subconsciously slow down or avoid standing at the door too long. A dying plant by the front door is like a quiet reminder of decline, And when that message repeats itself day after day, it begins to affect the mood, the overall vibe of the home, and how well positive energy is received into the living space. Mistake number 4, placing too many plants at the front door. When the area in front of your home is covered with too many potted plants, what should be an open and airy space suddenly feels cramped and overwhelming. The front door is the very first place that receives light and movement, but a crowded entrance scatters the eye, eliminates a central focus point, and makes the simple act of walking up to your door feel unnecessarily complicated. People entering or leaving may have to carefully choose where to step or shift their shoulders to avoid bumping into pots. And even that small effort is enough to bring the energy down before they even cross the threshold. All that clutter takes away the sense of openness, turning your entrance into a miniature jungle rather than a welcoming space. From an energy perspective, plants represent the wood element, which is all about growth, upward movement, and vitality. A few well-placed plants can bring life to the entryway, but when there are too many, the wood element becomes excessive. This creates a sense of pressure and congestion. The entrance starts to feel boxed in by rising energy that never settles, which prevents the natural flow of external energy from pausing and harmonizing before entering the home. When energy is pushed upward too strongly, it becomes imbalanced and starts to feel suffocating. Light is blocked, air movement becomes scattered, and instead of fresh and bright energy, the space starts collecting heavy, stale vibes. This is not a mystical idea. It simply reflects how our bodies and minds respond to visual and spatial overload. The key thing to understand is that this mistake is not about where the plants are placed or what types they are. It is about the overall layout. When too many plants fill the entryway, it loses its sense of ease. Residents may notice small inconveniences every day, feeling squeezed by leaves and pots while stepping in or out, and over time, that repeated experience dulls the mental freshness. Guests may pause longer at the door, trying to figure out where to step, and this creates an unconscious feeling of hesitation or discomfort before entering. When the doorway is no longer light and open, natural energy cannot flow in freely, and the smooth circulation of good fortune is quietly disrupted. Mistake number 5, placing plants in the wrong direction, causing conflict with energy flow. The front door of your home is not just a place to come and go. It is the point where the energy of heaven and earth converges and flows into your living space. Each direction carries its own nature. Some directions benefit from the gentle nourishment of green plants, while others require warmth or neutral tones to maintain balance. When a plant is placed in a direction that does not align with its energetic nature, instead of supporting the flow of energy, it starts to clash with it. For example, directions like east and southeast align with the wood element, representing growth and expansion, which makes them naturally harmonious with plants. However, in the west or northwest, where light is stronger and heat energy is more dominant, placing the wrong kind of plant can make the area feel more intense, stuffy, and out of balance. From an energetic perspective, the flow of energy into a home is similar to a stream of water. When a plant is correctly aligned with the direction, it acts like a gentle dam, guiding and softening the current, helping it flow smoothly and steadily. But when the direction and plant are mismatched, it creates a reverse current, causing the energy to split, swirl, or bounce back instead of blending in. This disruption might not cause a dramatic shift overnight, but it gradually diminishes the soothing, balanced feeling that the entrance should bring. Over time, the space near the door may feel heavier, darker, and less alive. And when energy cannot fully enter the house, prosperity becomes scattered and difficult to maintain. What makes this mistake unique is that it is not about the type of plant or how many pots you have. It is about whether the plant's qualities align with the direction your door is facing. Some homes may be spotless and well arranged, with only a few plants that do not block the way. Yet, there is still a feeling that something is off right from the start. Often, the issue lies in the mismatch between direction and plant nature. A hot direction being cooled down too much by leafy shade, or a soft direction being overwhelmed by dense foliage. This kind of disharmony breaks the balance needed to channel wealth energy into the home. When the entrance is not aligned with the flow of energy, everything from work and mood to relationships inside the home can be affected, even if only subtly. Mistake number 6. Using plant pots that clash with the energy of the door. Every house has its own energy tone, depending on the direction of its entrance. Even though a plant pot might seem like just a container, its material and color can strongly influence how energy is retained or lost. When a plant pot's design does not suit the energy of the front door, the flow of energy becomes disjointed from the very first point of entry. For example, doors facing east or southeast fall under the wood element and benefit from natural textures and warm, earthy colors. But placing a shiny silver metal pot there introduces the metal element, which clashes with wood. This symbolic opposition creates a sharp, cold feeling that unconsciously strips away the softness the space needs. This is not about superstition. It is about the imbalance in symbolism and sensory perception that makes the entrance lose its harmony. When the color and material of a plant pot are not aligned with the energy of the doorway, the energy flow can no longer remain smooth. Cold, overly bright, or metallic pots can erode energy before it even enters the home. On the other hand, pots that are too rough or dark in color when placed at doors needing warmth and light can make the entrance feel heavy and lifeless. These effects are not sudden or obvious. They show up subtly over time. The door may be clean, the plant may be healthy, but something still feels off, and the people in the house may find themselves lacking enthusiasm or joy when coming and going. What makes this mistake especially important is that it lies in the outer shell, the pot itself. Most people focus on the type of plant, how to care for it, or where to place it, but forget that the pot is in direct contact with the ground and serves as the energetic center of the entire setup. A plant pot that does not suit the direction of the door is like wearing a coat that clashes with your outfit. It may not seem harmful at first glance, but it throws off the overall harmony. In Feng Shui, harmony is the key to nourishing and expanding positive energy. So when the pot's material or color is incompatible, the energy at your front door becomes unsteady, making it difficult for prosperity to gather and harder for abundance to last. Mistake number 7. Letting plant roots invade the ground or pathway at the door. When a plant's roots begin to spread beyond the boundaries of the pot, creeping across the ground or pushing up the tiles at the front entrance, the space immediately loses its clean appearance and the energy starts to feel like it is being pulled outward. Roots, which are normally hidden underground, represent a plant's connection to life and nourishment. But when they surface or encroach on the pathway, the first impression is not of vitality, but of intrusion. The entryway of a house should be stable and smooth to allow energy to enter easily, but when roots appear like little veins at the threshold, they make the space feel rough, chaotic, and unstable. People stepping in may sense that the ground is being pulled or split beneath them. And this feeling, while hard to describe, is very real. In nature, roots spread in search of life. But at the front door, this expansion symbolizes energy being pulled away. as if life force is leaking from where it should be gathered. When roots invade the walkway, the energy passing through becomes fragmented and unfocused. Where roots push tiles upward, the stability of the ground is broken, and the energy entering the home becomes jumpy and disconnected. This is not superstition. It is a natural spatial response. The floor is no longer level, the path loses order, and the entrance loses the strength and stability vital in both Feng Shui and how we intuitively experience space. This mistake stands apart from the rest because it is not about the shape, size, or color of the plant, but about the uncontrolled growth of roots. When roots spread across the doorway, they symbolize energy flowing outward instead of inward. In many cultures, roots creeping across a door are seen as signs of energy loss because they disrupt the smooth path that leads wealth into the home. As this continues, not only does the entrance lose its beauty, but the life force becomes harder to hold, and the feeling of prosperity weakens gradually, yet noticeably, over time. Once we understand these common mistakes, we begin to see how even a small misplacement, a poorly positioned pot, or a blocked corner can turn the entrance into a space of stagnant energy without us noticing. But Feng Shui is not about fear. It is about gently realigning things, reopening the energy flow so the home feels brighter, lighter, and life becomes naturally more stable. When approaching a house, our eyes do not focus on the roof, wall color, or even the door. What draws us in is the sense of life radiating from the potted plants near the entrance. A plant with full leaves, deep green tones, and sturdy stems, as if shaped by time, leaves a strong impression. It offers a calm, grounded energy that makes each step feel lighter. Plants like money trees, jade plants, lucky bamboo, sago palms, or water jasmine bring quiet strength. They do not demand attention, but their rich green color soothes the mind. In contrast, a plant with thin stems or drooping leaves can make the entrance feel unsupported, like the doorway is slightly off balance, though unnoticed. But harmony does not come from the plant alone. It also comes from the pot. The plant pot is the base of the energy structure and helps form the first impression. A pot made from ceramic, terracotta, or natural stone is not just more beautiful. It feels warmer, more grounded, and gives a sense of lasting strength, as if it carries the breath of the earth. Combined with soft colors like ivory, beige, cream, or ash gray, it reflects natural light gently, brightening the space without being harsh, clean without feeling cold. It creates a subtle, welcoming feeling, as if the front door is smiling. In contrast, thin plastic pots that are glossy or dark often make the space feel heavier and less refined. The surface of the pot, though small, also reveals the owner's care and taste. Bare soil dries out, cracks, collects dust, and feels neglected. But cover it with fine white stones, and the whole plant looks instantly refreshed, as if gently tended. The white stones bring clarity, while a few quartz crystals add a soft glow, not too bright, but clear and graceful. Under the soft light of sunset or warm bulbs, the surface seems to glow gently, making the plant appear as if it is breathing, spreading calm into the space around it. Still, all of this beauty can be lost if the area around the plant is cluttered with shoes, bags, old mats, or random things. Even small messes can cut off the gentle energy at the entrance. But when the space is kept clean and open, branches have room to reach out, and guests do not have to step around anything. The entry becomes calm and pleasant. Sometimes just clearing a few items is enough to lift the heaviness, as if a window was open to let the space breathe. A clear path creates a quiet sense of welcome. It softens the body and relaxes the mind before stepping inside. When the plant is healthy, the pot is harmonious, the surface is clean, and the space around it is open. The front door transforms. It is no longer just a place to walk through. It becomes the opening note, the first melody of your home. Every morning, walking out becomes a moment of light refreshment. Every evening, coming back home feels like setting down your burdens and stepping into a space of peace. A front entrance that is cared for in this way is not just visually pleasing. It quietly builds a sense of confidence for those who live inside. Because taking care of the plants by your front door is not just about decoration. It is about nurturing the emotional foundation, the place where all good fortune begins. When the entrance is in balance and at peace, the flow of energy inside the home also becomes gentler and lighter. Every step through the doorway becomes a transition, leaving behind the chaos outside and entering a space that is calm and cared for, where the mind naturally relaxes. That refreshing feeling is not mystical. It is a natural response we all have to a place that has been thoughtfully arranged. A space where strong, healthy green meets soft light and simplicity, all working together to speak in harmony. When your mind is calm right from the doorway, your decisions become clearer, opportunities are easier to recognize, and the connections within your family naturally become warmer and more harmonious. And before you go, leave a comment below to affirm your positive energy. I open my door to welcome peace and prosperity every single day. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel to keep discovering powerful Feng Shui tips that will help your living space stay vibrant, warm, and full of life.